What's going on, my fellow reefers? Fragbox TV, and today I'm going to run you through what's going on with our display tank here in the store. Yeah, Diggs? We're going to talk about it? Yeah. Diggs, I love when you wag your tail. Hi, Diggs. You want to talk reef tanks? He does not care. Anyways, this is our 80 gallon or 90 or whatever it is. I'm going to calculate it one day, I swear. Our reef tank here in the store. This is what we call our display system. So every tank in the store, when the staff here were talking about tanks, we call them systems. So display system, that's our reefer. Our invert fish system, this is what we call our main system. Our other reefer, our fish system, our soul tank over there. And then we got the Evo and the Fusion, and then very soon to come over here is our new JBJ. So I really like display tanks. It's kind of cool to show off and have people come in and give them ideas. But anyways, this tank is doing really well. Everything is doing, actually, hold on, not doing really well. Hold on, we have an exception. I'm hell-bent for some reason on growing flower pot in this spot here. And I've tried quite a few, and they are not doing too well, with the exception of this stunning red yellow tip near rainbow sort of piece. So I think I'm going to give up on growing flower pot here. I just really wanted that kind of movement, and I love this coral, but it's not working. So as you see, I've kind of shifted. So this has been here quite a while. These are the purple monster zoas or pallies, and they're really starting to take off. So I think I'm going to turn this section here sort of into a zoa garden. So I've gone ahead and added some scrambled eggs. And over here we have the orange rainbow and the Armageddon. So I'm probably going to end up moving those guys and kind of devote this sort of section, that kind of last piece right there, all to growing zoas. I was trying to do a zoa garden down here. Sorry, Diggs, I'm going to step over you. And it's just not taking. They weren't doing very well and they weren't growing. So sometimes then, you know, if you're trying to grow something in a certain spot and it doesn't work, you gotta mix it up. With the exception of these scrambled eggs, wherever I stick them, they do really well. Actually, I lost a coral recently over here, out of the blue, overnight. I can't figure out why. All the parameters in this tank are bang on. So for me, what is bang on? People always ask us, what do you keep your parameters at? Our salinity 1.025, alkalinity 7.5, calcium of about 450, and magnesium, I keep them elevated in almost every system, about 1500. Oh, Mr. Clam, sorry. You know what? I just noticed this clam here. So why don't we just go ahead and fix him? That's our getting sidetracked for the day. Fixing Mr. Clam. You good there? I just added that actually the other day, Maxima clam. I have a love affair with Maximas, so I got one over here down on the bottom who's doing really well. And that one that you just saw me fix, and another one hiding somewhere over there. But yeah, anyways, this little section here, what was I saying? Getting sidetracked with clams. The long tentacle plate coral. So I had a really nice large yellow one, and out of the blue, it just overnight literally dropped all its tentacles and died, and I have no rhyme or reason. I have no idea why that happened, and it's just the way she goes sometimes in the hobby. There's, you know, we can hypothesize and we can test and we can pull our hair out and stay up on Reef Central or Reef to Reef or whichever forum you choose to read, but I can't figure out why the coral died. He was happy for about 6 months and literally overnight, and these are complex living organisms, and sometimes that just happens, and it's really upsetting and sad. And I told you I'm going to show you the good and bad from the beginning when we started the channel. So that was the bad, here's the good. The torches are loving life, doing really, really well. And this stupid Nero, you know what? You're always hearing me rant and rave about the AIs. I do love the products. I love the Hydras. I love the Neros, but this one over here misbehaves and won't go on to feed mode. When I do feed mode to do videos like this, I usually kill the flow so that I can do top down. I find that the corals look better from the top. You can really see their color, but this stupid Nero is not listening to me. So that's the one kind of complaints I have with that pump. This Duncan we've moved recently, and he's loving his new spot. This Monty over here is very special and dumb, and he's growing. I don't know why he's doing this, but he's growing backwards. Instead, I would expect a plate coral to kind of grow out and plate towards me, and for some reason, I guess he's getting enough light and he doesn't need to go out or up he's kind of growing. I'm trying to show you here what he's doing. This really dumb pattern where he's growing back towards the rock. I want him to do this, what it's doing in Matt's reefer here. This is really, really cool when they start to cup and grow up almost like a flower petal. And you get this beautiful kind of twisted, vertical, semi-plating kind of Monty cap. But for whatever reason, I guess that's just not the spot. The same way I'm trying to grow flower pots or Gonipora in this spot and it's not working, I got to rethink Monty in that position, maybe where I have the starburst over here. So if corals are not doing well, you got to mix it up. You know, try to keep your hands out of the water. I guess I'm a little bit of a hypocrite. One other thing I started doing on this tank, I started adding these elements right over here. So did an ICP test like we normally do. What that is you send your water to this company here, ICP analysis. I always recommend people do this if you're having trouble with your tank. You get this 40-point lab grade analysis of your water, and if you're having issues or if you're just curious, it's just good to, you know, maybe see. And these are the ones that I'm consistently low on. So I'm low on iodine all the time, so I started adding that, and also low on potassium. What are you barking at, dog? Anyways, those two I started adding to the tank, and I'm seeing a lot of improved color and growth in zoas. So because this is connected to a larger sort of zoa farm in the basement, soft coral zoas, they tend to suck up a lot of iodine. So that's something to watch out for once you start to get quite softy heavy. But other than that, everything's starting to do, or everything's doing really well. This is plating out really nicely over here. I don't know what it is. I just saw some potential in it and then decided to add it, and he's growing next to our lightning tenuous. Some pipe organ over here, another piece of starburst Monty. So if you notice something I do in tanks, like I really like certain corals and I'll use them throughout the tank kind of over and over again. So like I plant a pipe organ over here, and then I got another one over there, and I even have another one over there. So if I'm just kind of, I'm really into those ones, I'll go and put a few all over the tank. Like I like leathers, so I'll pop a few in. Or if I like, you know, Monty caps, you don't have to have them just in one spot. It looks kind of cool to see them throughout the tank. That's just my style of reefing. You know, there's no real rules when you're doing stuff like this. It's whatever you find visually appealing. But I think that's it for today's video. Just a little update on our display tank here. More or less everything's doing pretty well. Hello, Mr. Shrimp. I think I'm gonna leave this empty. I really like sort of this negative space, and then it kind of gives more, I don't know, prominence here to the hammers. So you don't have to fill every single nook and cranny with coral, but I do really want to build out this acan garden because acans are one of my favorite LPS, and I think it's so cool when you can bunch different kinds of corals together. So we see how these two acans here are physically touching and they won't hurt each other. And I think I'm going to wrap this, this guy's going to get a bunch of acan buddies kind of circling him sort of in this area, because I've added acans and I see that they're puffy and doing well. So then I'll stick to that kind of coral in that part of the tank. Okay, I think I was trying to end the video, and I love talking about this stuff, so it's very easy for me to talk about it all day. But anyways, this is the end of the video. I'm going to leave our contact information at the end. If you guys have any questions of anything that I've said today, or in general, or anything reef related at all, hit us up. I'm going to put our email. You can even call us. We're a store here in Toronto. Come down and visit us. Store is now open for walk-ins. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, this is Fragbox TV.